everyone. We're going to discuss the backbone of tourism and hospitality industry. So its network and supply components. This isn't just an academic exercise, but also this framework is crucial for anyone involved in planning, managing, or investing in the vital sector. This report provides a comprehensive overview of these elements and their connectedness. The title of our topic is the Tourism and Hospitality Network and Supply Components. Tourism and Hospitality Component. The tourism and hospitality industry is a network comprising public and private sectors. It involves organizations that develop, produce, and market products and services for travelers. These organizations are categorized as direct providers, support services, and developmental organizations. The tourism and hospitality industry is a big team effort between government groups and private companies. Together, they create, make, and sell all the things travelers need and enjoy, from hotels and tours to restaurants and entertainment. First category. Direct providers in the travel industry are businesses like airlines, hotels, restaurants, transportations, travel agencies, and retail shops. They offer services and products directly to travelers and are the most visible part of the industry. These are the most visible businesses in the travel industry like airlines, hotels, restaurants, and travel agencies. They directly offer services and products to travelers, ensuring they have what they need for their trips. Second category. Support services. These services assist direct providers by offering specialized support like tour organization, travel publications, hotel management, and research. They also include essential supplies such as laundry and food services. Support services cater to both travelers and organizations that sell to tourists, such as tour wholesalers who distribute tour through travel agencies. These services help direct providers by offering specialized assistance such as tour organization, travel publications, and hotel management. They also include essential supplies like laundry and food services, catering both travelers and organizations that sell to tourists. Third category. Tourism Development Organization. This category include planners, government bodies, financial institutions, developers, and educational facilities. They focus on the broader, more complex aspect of tourism and hospitality development with long-term goals, different from the daily operations of direct providers and support services. Tourism Developmental Organization. These category include planners, government bodies, and educational facilities that focus on long-term development of the tourism and hospitality industry. They handle broader, more complex aspects with long-term goals, unlike the day-to-day operations of their providers and support services.
Tourism and hospitality supply components. 5 main categories: natural resources, infrastructure, superstructure, transportation and transportation equipment, and hospitality resources. So first, natural resources. Natural resources in an area, climate, landforms, water, etc. are essential for tourism and visitor enjoyment. So natural resources, these are the things that the nature gives us, or beautiful places made by nature, like for example, beaches, rivers, and mountains. Infrastructure. Infrastructure includes utilities, water, sewage, gas, electricity, communications, and constructed facilities, highways, airports, railroads, parking, parks, lighting, stations. Essential for tourism. So infrastructure, these are the basic things that helps people's life and support tourism. It is either built by the government or private sectors. Like for example, roads, internet, water, and electricity. Next is superstructure. Superstructure includes above-ground facilities like airports, terminals, hotels, restaurants, shopping centers, entertainment venues, museums, and stores. So superstructure, these are the buildings that built usually for tourists, like for example, hotels, restaurants, and resorts. Transportation and transportation equipment. Transportation equipment includes vehicles like ships, planes, trains, buses, taxis, and other passenger transport facilities. So transportation and transportation equipment helps tourists to move from one place to another, like for example, vans, buses, and taxis. And lastly, hospitality resources. Hospitality resources encompass a region's cultural assets that facilitate successful tourism, include the welcoming attitude of tourist business employees, resident friendliness, and cultural resources like fine arts, literature, history, music, performing arts, dance, and shopping. So hospitality resources, these are the people and services that provides care, comfort, and experiences to tourists. Like for example, hotel staff, tour guides, and restaurant servers. Natural resources. Natural resources are key to attracting tourists. Natural scenery, including topography, flora, fauna, and water bodies is more appealing when varied and unique. A comfortable climate, influenced by wind chill or humidity, enhanced appeal as seen in the Caribbean. Water bodies like Taal Lake and Lake Geneva offer beauty and activities. Specific phenomena like Pagsanjan Falls, the Grand Canyon, and the Great Barrier Reef draw visitors. Unique fauna and flora, such as a wildlife safari in Kenya and tulip fields in Holland, also attract tourists. So as I said earlier, natural resources, these are the things that the nature gives us, or beautiful places that made by nature. Infrastructure includes a region's underground and surface development, water, communication, healthcare, transportation, power, sewage or drainage, roads, and security. So infrastructure, these are the basic things that helps people live and support tourism. It is either built by the government or private sectors.
Water. Water, a sufficient supply of pure water as essential for resorts and golf courses. Resorts need 350 to 400 gallons per room daily, while group golf courses can require 600,000 to 1 million gallons daily. So, water is very important. Tourists need water for drinking, bathing, swimming pools, and cleaning. Without enough water, hotels and resorts cannot operate well. For example, hotels use hundreds of gallons of water every day for showers, laundry, and pools. A lack of water can make tourists complain and even avoid the place. Second, power. Power adequate and compatible power supply is crucial, ensuring it meets peak demands and aligns with the standards used by the destination's target markets. So, power is needed. Tourists expect lights, air conditioning, cooking facilities, and entertainment to work properly. If there are frequent brownouts, tourists will be disappointed. For example, a beach resort needs power to run air conditioners in the rooms, keep the restaurants open, and power lights during events at night. So, 3. Communication. Communication, it is necessary that the telephone and or telegraph service is available. So, communication is very important. Also that tourists want to connect to the internet or use the phone to contact their family, book services, or search for information. Let's say for example, many hotel guests ask for Wi-Fi so they can post photos on social media or call their families back home. So, yes, number four, sewage or drainage. Needs are usually about 90% of home water use. Water storage and sewage plants can be designed for average high use, but pipes need to handle the highest peak use. So, proper sewage and drainage systems are needed. This keeps the environment clean, avoids flooding, and prevent diseases. If waste is not handled properly, it can pollute the land and water. For example, a beach resort must have a drainage systems so wastewater does not flow into the sea and affect swimming areas. And fourth, second to the last, healthcare. Healthcare available depends on how many tourists are expected, their ages, what they'll be doing in the local environment. So, healthcare is a very important in tourism. Tourists must feel safe knowing there are clinics or hospitals nearby. This is especially needed in places where activities may cause accidents, such as hiking or swimming. For example, a tourist who gets injured while climbing a mountain should have quick access to medical help. So, lastly but not the least, streets and highways. So, streets and highways, first-class roads enhance a region's accessibility for tourists. There are some ways to make highways more appealing to tourists. So, A. Provide close-up range views of local scenes. B. Change the elevation. C. Develop viewpoint and overlooks. D. Fit highways into the landscape on their own. E. Lastly, choose small trees to open up views. Create plans text to show local routes designed to be safe for drivers. So, street and highways is very important. They make travel easier, safer, and faster. Roads also help tourists reach even faraway destinations. Sometimes the road itself becomes part of the tourist experience. If it offers scenic views, for example, a mountain highway may have viewing points where tourists can stop and take pictures, adding to their overall experience.
7. Transportation terminals. These are places like airports, train station, and bus stops. So these are common problems exist in terminal facilities and ground transportation. Number 1. General. There poor coordination between air, rail, and bus travel. Standards and signs are inconsistent and announcements are hard to understand. For example, poor coordination. Imagine if the bus doesn't know when the train arrives, you might miss your train. That's poor coordination. Lastly, hard to understand announcements. 2. Air. Long walks are required in many terminals. 3. Rail. Limited and inconvenient parking. Dirty waiting areas.
poor security, missing maps, and inadequate transport are common problems at terminals. 4. Bus. Terminals are dirty and crowded because of unauthorized people and poor cleaning. Boarding is disorganized, leading to crowding, and passengers are not well protected from traffic. So here are some ideas to help improve terminal and ground facilities. Number 1. Give all passengers complete information about terminal facilities, location, and local transport when they start their trip. What it means, telling people where things are and how to get around. 2. Implement a security system to prevent thief and baggage mix-up at terminals. It means making sure your bags don't get stolen or mixed up with someone else. 3. The information system should offer details on connecting or alternative rail and bus services, including fares and schedules. What it means, telling you about other ways to travel like buses or trains if you need them. 4. A system of standard sign and symbols should be developed and installed in all air terminals. What it means, using pictures and simple signs that everyone can understand even if they don't speak the same language. 5. Provide quick updates on arrivals and departures on boards, announcements, and phone lines. What it means, telling you if your airplane is on time or late. 6. Staff should always be ready to help the passengers, especially the elderly, disabled, and those who don't speak English. What it means, having nice people who can help you, especially if you old, have trouble walking, or don't speak the local language. 7. Offer full details on locations, prices, schedules, and routes of local transport services. What it means, giving your information about buses, trains, and taxis that can you take around city. 8. City maps should be made available to tourists. What it means, giving you a map of the city so you know where things are. 8. Security. Tourists need to feel safe because they're in a new place. Worries about safety, health costs, food, water, and police can stop people from traveling. It's important to make tourists feel secure before and during their trips. But it means keeping tourists safe from harm or danger. Why it's important? If people don't feel safe, they won't want to visit. For examples, having police officers around help if there's trouble. Making sure the food and water are clean so people don't get sick. Lastly, having good hospitals nearby in case someone gets hurt. Hospitality resources. Hospitality resources are about making visitors feel welcome. It includes good service and warmth from locals. Tourists enjoy their trips more if they feel welcome and will feel bad if rejected. Training staff and encouraging positive feelings can improve hospitality. What it means, being friendly and helpful to visitors. Why it's important? It makes people want to come back and tell their friends about the place. For example, hotel staff being kind and helpful, people in the town smiling and saying hello, having clean and comfortable places to stay.
So, hospitality training aims to make service providers more welcoming to tourists, leading to happier tourists who will return and giving them recommend to others. This involves changing our behavior by improving our attitudes about ourselves, other, and the tourism industry. So, and also by that training, we can gain a knowledge about the tourism like what good services I can do for a tourist so they can have a good experiences in this place, and what service I can provide in their needs. And also, hospitality training also gain a better customer services, improve our skills, higher job confidence, career growth, and business succeeds. This training helps people grow professionally, makes customer happy, and help business succeed. So we have here attitude towards self. So low self-esteem leads to negative behavior. To improve behavior, most self-image service providers who feel valued treat tourists better, viewing them as hosts and valuing their skills, especially in dealing with difficult guests is okay. So attitudes towards self, so it improves our behavior and boosts our confidence. Having an attitude towards ourselves means believing in your own worth, respecting yourself, and showing in confidence. Hospitality training is very important because it affects the way you treat guests and your coworkers. So when you value yourself, you are able to smile naturally in front of everyone, stay calm under pressure, and serve people with respect. It also helps you handle your mistakes better, and you are keep improving. So we need a good attitude towards ourselves because every day it reflects our behavior. It shows in the way we talk, act, and connect with others. How we build relationship with others. It connects our behavior. If we respect and believe in ourselves, others will also respect us. It helps us stay polite, patient, and understanding when dealing with people, even if they are difficult to talk with. So, in socializing, we can gain positive self-attitudes, build confidence, create trust, and makes conversation more pleasant. We have also the attitude towards others. Positive attitudes towards others are crucial for service providers. Training in teamwork and empathy, especially through role-playing, can help them understand tourist perspective, appreciate their experiences, and ultimately provide better services. So attitudes towards others, positive attitudes towards others are crucial for service providers. So attitudes towards others is important in hospitality training because the industry is all about serving people. Guests are expected to be respected, to be treated right, being respected, kindness, and cared for. If you have a positive attitude towards others, you create a welcoming and comfortable atmosphere to everyone. This makes the guests enjoy and more likely to return, and also they will recommend you to others. The way you treat others directly affects the success of hospitality services. That is why attitude towards others is also part of hospitality training. So by having a good attitude towards others, we gain many benefits. One of these is we build a strong relationship with our tourists and your coworkers, helps avoid conflict and misunderstandings, and also it improves teamwork, communication, and unity into everyone. And lastly, treating others with respect earns trust and loyalty, which help both personal growth and success, which it leads to success. So attitudes towards others means how you think, how you feel, and act when dealing with people around you. So this includes patience, understanding, kindness, and respect. In hospitality, it means serving a guest politely, listening to their needs, and valuing them as individuals. So it's about treating people the way you want to be treated also. So attitudes, we have also an attitude toward the tourism and hospitality industry. Service providers' positive attitudes towards tourists depends on understanding tourism importance. This is achieved through education on economic and social benefits, familiarization tours, and training in communication skills, ultimately enhancing their hospitality. So attitudes towards the tourism and hospitality industry, it is a service provider's positive attitudes towards tourists depends on understanding tourism importance. It refers the way a person thinks, feels, and reacts toward working in or being a part of the tourism and hospitality sector. So, if you have a positive attitude, you value the importance of services, see the industry as meaningful, and are motivated to give your best as you can. So it's about how people perceive the industry and how that shape your behavior at work. So this is a part of hospitality training because it shapes professional behavior, improves your work performance, it builds industry pride, enhances guest experiences, and prepares for challenges. So we can gain also different benefits like a better customer satisfaction, career growth, personal satisfaction, and stronger teamwork and industry growth. So this means attitudes toward tourism and hospitality industry means how you look at and feel about working in this field. So having the right attitude is important in trade because it teaches you to love your work, respect and serve with care, and also with a good attitudes, you grow as a person, build a career, and help industry succeed. So we have also a community awareness program. So while service providers directly impact tourist experiences, Community hospitality also matters. Community awareness programs build acceptance of tourism by highlighting its benefits and educating residents about tourism. So, communication methods like public meetings, speakers, and newsletter foster a welcoming environment. So when we say community awareness program, it is a service providers directly impact tourist experiences. Community hospitality also matters. So it is an activity or a training that helps individuals, especially those working in tourism and hospitality, understand the culture, values, and environment, and also the life of the individual. So for example, their culture, we learn about their culture, their traditions. That is why community awareness is also part of hospitality training. We know how to value their culture, their traditions, what life they have, and in their environment. And also, we can learn about them by having that, and we can communicate with them with respect. That is why community awareness is also part of hospitality training. So we have the transportation. So transportation is crucial for tourism, requiring easy access via road, air, and water from major population centers, convenient access, quality service, and reasonable cost, including tolls, gas, repairs, parking, rentals, and bus services are essential. So when we say transportation, it is a services that people uses to move in one place to another. That is the transportation. For example, bus, trucks, and also train. What else? I think bus, motorcycle, a bicycle, a tricycle. Yeah, that is the transportations. So we have a land travel, which is the taxi and limousine services. Tour buses should be comfortable, large windows, AC, restrooms, smooth suspensions. Multilingual services are comfort for interpreting attractions. Staff should be courteous and hospitable. Tour guiders need proper training in history, culture, and languages, ideally through a certification program. So the taxi and limousine services, they are part of the land travel. A taxi is the basic, fast, and practical transportation, while the limousine is the luxury, comfort, and special experience. Like the example of the limousine is the for wedding, parties, or business events. Yeah. And also land transportation also have a bus services. So when we say bus services, it is a tour buses need comfort, windows, aircon, restrooms, smooth ride, multilingual options, and courteous staff. Tour guides are required training in local history, culture, and languages with certification program recommended. So when we say bus services, it is a public transportation that carries many passengers at once. So share a ride with many people, and also a bus services is the cheaper one, and with fixed routes and by schedules. So when we say bus services, it is the cheaper one, which is very important to us students, because students like me, it gives us a cheaper one, or I mean a bus services is the cheaper one that help people to have help people with a small budget to makatipid. That is why a bus service is also a part of land travel. So the third one is the rail services. Trains are popular for safety and scenery, especially with high-speed options. Convenient taxi, limousines, or bus services are crucial for easy transfer between the station and hotels with both directions. So when we say rail services, it means these are the services that directly help people travel or move things. So rail services is a transportation provided by trains or railway tracks. So they used to carry also many passengers, and also they carry a goods or a cargo. So we have also here the air travel. So air travel porter service is important at airports, requiring well-trained and helpful staff regardless of location. Traveler comfort is key. With air conditioning, climates and heating equal to ones, large airports should offer comfortable waiting areas and clear flight information. So when we say air travel, it means moving from one place to another by using airplanes or helicopter, and it is through the air. It is a transportation through the air. It is also the fastest way of transportation for a long distances. For example, Philippines to Korea, we use an air travel like airplanes. Yeah, we use airplanes for the fastest way to go to the Korea. And also, And also we have is sea travel. So when we say sea travel exemplified by cruises like Manila Bay, Sunset Cruise. So we have here is sea travel. Sea travel exemplified by cruise like Manila Bay, Sunset Cruise. River cruise is significant for tourism. Cruise ships have evolved into flourishing resorts, increasing demand. Luxurious cruises will become more popular, wealth and leisure time grow. So when we say sea travel, it also means moving from one place to another. But it is used it is a transportation using a water transport like ships, boat or ferries. It is mostly for islands to island trips. For example, one of the example of the sea travel is for example, San Remo to Bantayan Island. We need to use the sea travel like boats or ferries. So I think San Remo to Bantayan we use ferries.
So what is superstructure? It refers to physical structures and facilities that provide services to tourists such as hotels, restaurants, airports, and shopping malls, and attractions. So accommodation. A tourism accommodation should range from luxury hotels to common with successful region offering sufficient quality option for diverse needs and budgets. Facilities should match or exceed competitors. Planning must consider the environment, destination, target market, transportation, activities, and related factors and determine suitable accommodations. It means accommodation is where people stay when they go on trips or vacation. There should be different kind of places to stay, like fancy hotels and simple campgrounds like that. So, everyone, can you find something that fits their needs and money? When planning where people will stay, it's important to think about things like the location, what activities are nearby, and who will be sitting like that. There are different types of accommodation. So first is hotel. Hotels, the establishment offers accommodations, meals, and refreshment, often with advanced reservations, catering to needs of modern travelers. They aim to project an image of efficiency and excellent service. It means that hotels are places where you can sleep, eat, and relax. They usually have nice rooms and good services, and you often need to book a room ahead of time. For example, a big hotel like Amelia Hotel has swimming pool and restaurant for guests to enjoy. Condominium. A condominium is an individually owned apartment or dwelling unit managed by an independent company for maintenance and security. The company often rents the unit when the owner isn't. It means a condominium or condo is a home that someone owns, rent out with they're not using it. A company takes care of building to keep it clean and safe. For instance, a condo by the beach can be rented by families who want to enjoy a seaside vacation on that. Motels or motel hotels. This is establishment offer bedrooms, motel and parking for motorists with rooms typically accessible directly from the parking lot. They are often located near highways using each owner can sell their unit independently. It means motels are places where travelers can stay for a night or two. Usually found near highways, they have rooms you can drive right up to, and for making it easy for people on road trips. An example, business days in motels where families can stop to rest during long journeys. Inns. They are lodging establishment for transcends meet and standard of an economy hotels. It means inns are small places where travelers can stay, but they are not as fancy as hotels, and they offer a cozy, welcoming feeling, sometimes like staying at a friend's house. For example, a country inn might have warm blankets and serve breakfast meat from location ingredients like that. Apartments. They are hotels or apartels, building or structures with furnished or semi-furnished apartments leased to tourists and travelers for longer stays, offering basic hotel-like services. It means apartments are homes that can be rented for a longer time, usually with some services like cleaning. They come furnished, meaning they have furniture ready for guests. An example is an extended stay hotel where families can live comfortably for weeks while traveling. Corridors are government-run hotels in historic buildings like convents and castles, found in places like Spain and Ireland. They offer affordable full meals, plans, and attract tourists seeking a romantic historical experience. It means corridors are especially hotels located in historic buildings like old castle or monasteries, and they are run by a government and often provide affordable meals. For example, corridors in Spain might be a beautiful old castle where guests can enjoy exploring history, like that. Pensions. They are privately or family-run tourist accommodations like boarding houses or guest houses, offering food and lodging with a cozy and information family atmosphere. Pensions are small family-run places where people can stay and eat and friendly atmosphere. They often feel homey, like visiting a relative, and provide a cozy place to tourists. For example, pension is a small town might offer homemade meals and comfortable rooms for travelers, like that. Bed and breakfast accommodations. The establishment offer room, bathroom, and substantial breakfast to tourists and travelers. Known as BBs, they are popular in Britain, Ireland, and United States. Bed and breakfast or BBs are places where you can sleep and enjoy breakfast and in the morning. And you usually have a few rooms and serve a nice meal to start your day. An example is a charming B&B in village where guests can enjoy pancakes and fresh fruit together.
So this is the continuation of your report of type of accommodation. So number 9 is hostels. These facilities offer basic amenities like bunk beds, shared bathrooms. Guests bring their own beddings, making them popular among travelers. So for example, for this one is bringing your own tent. Number 10 is campground. Attract families traveling in recreation vehicles or RVs. Then 11 is health spas. Hostels and resorts for individuals seeking weight reduction or medical treatment at spas or mineral springs. So for example, for this one is massage spa. And then number 12 is private homes. Offer lodging to tourists when other accommodations are scarce during peak seasons. So private room is like they offer it when they are a lot of people in any tourist spot, so that tourists can have a better space to stay while they are away from their homes. So this is the continuation of my report. Hotel classifications. Hotels can be classified by location, city center, airport, or etc. Guest type, commercial or convention, or etc. Or priced, economy, mid-scale, and deluxe. Then a star rating system, from 1 to 5 stars, is common outside the US, based on the quality of restaurants, rooms, amenities, and service. Other classifications include deluxe, first class, standard, and economy. And then food and beverage. Tourists spend more on food and beverage than any other service, and top tourist destinations often have per capita sales in eating places. The type of food service offered caters to tourist needs, and many areas promote local cuisine to boost the local economy. Then lastly is restaurants. So in addition to hotels and other lodging, restaurants are also considered part of tourism. Restaurants are businesses that offer refreshment and or meals. So here are some basic standard requirements for a restaurant. First one is restaurants need attractive interiors, clear entrance and exits, ample secure pre-parking, a receptionist to greet guests, and a waiting lounge with a telephone. And number 2 is the dining room shall be adequate in size, with sufficient and well-maintained furniture. Number 3 is restaurants need high-quality, well-presented cuisine, clean and organized menu, clean tablecloth, and quality napkins, and pristine and damaged tableware and silverware. And number 4 is restaurants required well-trained staff, a stock bar, functional kitchen, or storage with running water and hygiene supplies, and air-conditioned or ventilated dining area.